Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studio in Atlanta, Georgia. It's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by Kennesaw State University's Executive MBA program. The accelerated degree program for working professionals looking to advance their career and enhance their leadership skills. And now, here's your host.
Lee Kantor here, another episode of Atlanta Business Radio, and this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, it's important to recognize our sponsor, KSU's Executive MBA program. Without them, we couldn't be sharing these important stories. Today on the show, we have Keena Pierre, who is the Managing Director with Accelerator. Welcome.
Hi, thank you, Lee, for having me.
I am so excited to be talking to you today and explaining what this great program is. First, tell us about Accelerator as a whole, and then tell us what you're doing here in Atlanta.
Yes, awesome. So Accelerator is a VC firm that works in partnership with other strategic partners and other investors. We invest by way of the Accelerator model. And Accelerator is located, we have locations and accelerators all throughout the United States as well as globally. We just activated a new global accelerator in Japan. So we're kind of all over. And what's exciting is that we get to be right here in Atlanta. Atlanta has been my stomping ground for about 15 years. And we're here now partnered with the Pinnacle Financial Partners with the launch of the Fintech Accelerator that is the first of its kind that's backed by a bank in the state of Georgia. So exciting.
And you're talking about the Pinnacle Atlanta Innovation Accelerator. You're right. I guess you're in the middle of this cohort one where you've selected 5 firms.
Yes, so 5 startup companies have been selected. We are now 3 weeks in program. And interesting enough, this is Tech Week this week in Atlanta. So we literally just wrapped up our last event, which was at Venture Atlanta. And we'll be doing the next 2 days at Avant South. So we'll be there. And we're out and about and all in program.
And then talk about what it takes to get into the accelerator. I'm sure there were 5 that made it, but there was probably lots who tried.
Yes. So we had near almost 100 applicants to apply for this accelerator. And that just goes to show just how exciting and just the type of talent that we have here in Atlanta. It was very difficult. You know, one of our criteria was for sure that you had to be located in Atlanta, in the Atlanta metro area. That's where the Business Nexus focus was. Additionally, we're looking for companies that are, of course, fintech companies, all fintech companies and fintech adjacent. And also companies that were solving some really interesting, they had some really interesting solutions and innovative solutions to like everyday problems. So it was a very difficult job selecting our 5, but getting them here now that we have our 5, it's a really, really solid cohort, and really excited about what they're about to do.
And what stage do they have to be? I know this is an accelerator, but can they come to you with an idea on a napkin? Do they have to have a team already in place? Do they have to have a customer in place? Like, kind of what are the criteria to make it into the accelerator?
Sure. With this being an investment accelerator, now Accelerator also has, they have accelerator programs that are focused on companies that are super early stage, that are at that idea stage. That's our G Beta and G Alpha programs. However, this program is an investment program, so they receive a $100,000 investment. These are companies that are early stage companies that do have traction, that already have users, and they're operating currently. So these are early stage companies. However, they are actually operating today.
And then, so what made these 5 stand out? Can you just share a little bit about each one of them?
Absolutely. I'll run down the line. So we have the Blended app. That's one of our apps where this is an app that's designed for divorced parents or co-parents, that's allowing a platform of payments to allow parents to talk to one another, even if they may not be talking to one another, but allow them to do transactions using the app for the family. So the app is called Blended, but it's for those families that are trying to continue moving forward in the midst of divorce and separation. Awesome solution to that problem. Then we have the Bullseye app. Bullseye is an app that's for your service-based businesses. Really, primarily was birthed out of the attorney industry, and it allows your service-based companies to take those phone calls on your way to the airport. And it has a button on your screen where you can take that phone call and press the button and actually track your billing. And they're now adding a payment component to it where you can also take payments as well, making that process seamless. Then we have the Pagarva app. Pagarva is an app that's primarily for U.S.-based immigrant small business owners, that has a language component. So you can communicate with the merchants can communicate with their customers in their own native language and accept payments from all different platforms, whether that be Zelle, Cash App, all of the different platforms in one space. We also have another one of our apps is the Guala app. Now, Guala is a also similar payments processing space. They accept payments from all different platforms, all in one space, but they're focused on this influencer micro seller market that a lot of folks have really overlooked and maybe haven't really paid attention to. But these are your noteworthy social media entrepreneurs, and so they focus on that huge market that is pretty overlooked, and allowing them to have data where they can go in and get bank accounts and be able to operate just as other small businesses do. So we have those apps. We have Lux AI, which is a luxury concierge app that has an AI component that builds on your loyalty points. So we have those loyalty points that we're not using. You're trying to figure out where to spend them, and it creates a AI component or companion that tells you, hey, go to this restaurant. You actually have some points here, and you can use it for your meal. And they're now merging that and tapping into that travel industry. So these are some amazing, dynamic startup companies, but they're also really dynamic founders. So it's a really awesome experience just being able to work with them.
And you're working right now mainly out of the Pierre Center, is that right?
Yes, we're working out of the Pierce Center. It's located right next door to the Gathering Spot, actually, which is 384 North Yards in Atlanta. And so we're there, and we're also taking them to other places as well. They'll be doing some of we have mentor swarms on Wednesdays and lunch and learns on Wednesdays. Some of them will be hosted by some of our other partners. We'll be doing some things with Atlanta, the Tech Square. We'll also be doing some events at Tarkenton. So we'll be going to different spots and just really plugging them into the entire ecos. And so excited about that.
So when they come into an accelerator and they already have a business that is at least having some clients and they've gotten kind of a little bit of traction, what is kind of happening? Like, how are you mentoring and teaching them? How do you decide? Like, is there a curriculum for the full 12 weeks, like week 1 through 12, that we already know kind of what we're going to do? And you're going to cover kind of, I guess, all the holistic systems and all the methodologies needed to have a successful kind of get them to the next round?
Yes, Lee. So yes, Generator does have a framework, but also the framework, it is customized to the cohort. So I take that framework and I build out for what works for this specific cohort. So now we're in the fintech space. So who needs to be key players that come in, for instance, for mentor swarms on Wednesdays? Who are the mentors for this particular time frame or for this particular mentor swarm? So we just had one recently that was all Pinnacle focused. So these were all Pinnacle partners, people that were in the Pinnacle ecosystem, and it focused all on payments processing. So the goal is to walk them over the 12 weeks through every aspect of their startup company to move the needle. From 0 to 12 weeks, they should have greater traction. They should be better prepared to raise if they want to raise additional capital. So they'll be in a position, they should have either secured a partnership or in conversations around securing awesome strategic partners. So the goal is to get them to that point. What I do, I work with them biweekly. I do 1 hour strategy sessions with them. They're doing that with me. I have recently brought in an executive in residence that's all focused on sales, have worked with major companies doing sales on the global level. And that's William Gilchrist with the company Consig. And so these are things that kind of, as I'm bringing in my expertise in addition to the generator framework, we're leading, and my goal is to lead them from 0 to 12 weeks into a great position that would allow them to, be startup companies that are ripe for acquisitions, mergers, and more investments.
Now, when they got into the accelerator, was there obviously you're giving them a lot of attention, education, mentorship, connecting, things like that. Was there cash involved also? Like, were you buying a percentage of the company?
Oh yeah. So the investment is $100,000 in each of the companies, and there is a 7.5% equity. So that's how it that's ultimately what the deal is for each of the companies.
And so they get the cash and then they give up a little equity, but then they get this kind of mentorship for 12. Like, this seems like jam-packed weeks. This is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not. They have to be ready. And I think one of the when looking at the selection criteria, we were looking for companies that were also ready to go. These are companies that would do well, that we feel like the accelerator model would work very well with them, or for them. And so, yeah, it's a very high touch concierge setup for 12 weeks.
But it sounds like it's kind of boot campy too. Like, this is you're coming to play.
No, we're coming to play. It's a boot campy in a sense, but I mean, I think if you talk to them, which you will have the opportunity to talk to startups, they are having a blast doing it. They, in just the last 3 weeks, they have had some conversations and potential partnerships and things that have actually moved them just in the last 3 weeks. So they're really excited. They're motivated. We plugged them into some awesome channels already. Got them in front of all the right folks already. And we're just going to keep riding off of the momentum and keep doing what we do, with the generator model. And I'm just going to keep pouring into them so they can get from 0 to 12 and take off.
Now, you're in the midst of this cohort. Is there going to be a cohort after this one?
Well, that's what we're hoping for. Currently, this cohort is a 1-year time frame, so I'm on for the next year. But the goal is definitely to continue past this point. I think this is a strong proof, and there'll be a strong proof after the 12 weeks that Fintech startups in Atlanta is in this accelerator. That's all Fintech focus is definitely the way to go. And with Atlanta being Transaction Alley, over 70% of all U.S.-based payments, I don't know if you know, actually are processed here in Atlanta. So it's really a ripe time for it. So my hopes is that we just continue this for years to come.
And then, so what is going to be kind of an outcome at the end or towards the end that you're going to be high-fiving everybody? Like, what's kind of the prize that you keep your eye on?
Yeah, so my eye is on our showcase and our demo day. So our final showcase and demo day will be in January. Because the cohort finishes up around December, we're going to give everybody a holiday time, myself some holiday time, and then come back really, really strong in January for the showcase and demo day. So we'll be able to high five for that. We don't have a date set just yet, but it will be a huge event. And it's going to be definitely one to be present. You definitely want to be present in the space.
And then, so at that event, you're hoping to have a bunch of investors, people there that they can kind of showcase what they're doing and why you should get involved with them.
Yes, a very curated room of all the key players, key investors, key strategic partners, all of our current partners, the entire Pinnacle Financial Group, Generator, as well as Targeting. So this will be a room of all the folks, some of the folks that they've been working with, but people who are ripe and ready to connect and plug in.
Now, is this one of the benefits of working in an accelerator that's run by Generator, is that you have access to kind of now really a global network and a global alumni kind of group?
Yes, absolutely. One thing I'd say about the accelerator model is that this is very few opportunities for startup companies to get in a short 12-week time frame the amount of touch points that they'll have with investors. I mean, these are warm introductions. These are not cold calls. The amount of touch points they'll have with other mentors and partners, also warm introductions, is very rare. And so it's the beauty of being a part of it. And the beauty of being able to plug not just the generator, so the generator network is obviously global, but you also have the targeted network, which is also global, and then I also get to plug in my own network. So it's been a awesome opportunity to pull all these things together to give them some great value.
So what do you need more of? How can we help you?
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely know that just opportunities like this where we can tell people about what we're doing here, how these companies are really touching, the different communities that they're providing solutions for. More opportunities for the companies themselves, for the startup companies to talk to their audience would be amazing. So we would love that. Just more interviews with our companies so you guys can really get to know what they're about and the solutions that they have.
So if somebody wants to learn more about your work, what is the website? What is the best way to connect with you or somebody on the team?
Oh, yes. So I'm the managing director. You can connect directly with me, Keena Pierre. You can find me on LinkedIn. I think I'm the only Keena Pierre. And so I'll spell my name. It's Keena, and Pierre is Pierre. You can find me on LinkedIn. I also have my email address, which is keena.pierre@generator, and that's GENER, the number 8, TOR.com. You can reach me there.
And then that would be the website also for Generator if they want to learn more about that.
Sure, they could go to generator.com, and that's GENER, the number 8, TOR.com, and you can find out about all of the other accelerators that we have around the United States and globally.
And then can they get to the Atlanta one through there as well?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, congratulations on all the success. You're doing such important work and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Lee, and thanks for having me.
All right. This is Lee Kantor. We'll see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio.